Have you ever sat in a quiet room with your cat and felt like you were on the verge of a deep conversation, only to have the moment vanish the second you moved? We often think of our cats as these permanent fixtures in our lives, creatures of habit who will always be there, waiting for a scratch or a bowl of food. But in the quiet world of your cat, trust is not a gift that is given once and kept forever. It is a living, breathing thing that can be withdrawn in a heartbeat. There are certain gestures, certain reaches for connection that a cat will offer you, but if you miss the signal, or worse, if you react the wrong way, they may never try that specific move again. The title of today's video, "Most Cats Don't Do This Twice," isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to open your eyes to the high-stakes emotional world your cat is living in every single day. To your cat, you aren't just a human. You are a really big, slightly clumsy cat who belongs to their colony. When they reach out to you, they are often overriding thousands of years of survival instinct to do so. If that reach is met with silence or a lack of understanding, your cat doesn't usually get angry, they simply go quiet, and that silence is often the first sign of a bond that is starting to fade. The apology that vanishes. One of the most profound moments of reconciliation in the feline world is the slow blink. You might catch your cat staring at you after a tense moment, perhaps after you've raised your voice because they knocked something off the counter. In that moment, your cat's amygdala is firing a stress response. Their instinct is to flee or hide, but instead they choose to stay. They look at you, and slowly, deliberately, they close their eyes. Researchers call this the cat kiss, but it is also a biological peace treaty. A predator is choosing to go blind in front of a potential threat. It is a calculated emotional risk. What your cat is waiting for in that moment is a slow blink back, a confirmation that the air is clear and the bond is safe. But here is the part most owners miss. If your cat offers these slow blinks after a conflict and never gets one back, they eventually stop trying. They don't escalate, they don't scream. They simply stop attempting to repair the relationship through that signal. The sources tell us that this silence is not peace. It is a cat who has given up on apologizing to you. Once that door closes, it is incredibly hard to open it again. The test of the walkaway. We often think that showing love to our cats means holding them close, but for a cat, the ultimate act of love is actually letting them walk away from you. Cats are unique among domesticated animals because they never lost their need for autonomy. Dogs were bred to follow, but cats chose to stay. This difference changes everything about how they experience affection. Every time you reach out to hold your cat and they decide to leave, they are asking you a question. Do you respect me enough to let me go? Most owners fail this test without even knowing it. We pick them up when they don't want to be held, or we pull them back for just one more cuddle. Every single time you override their desire for space, your cat learns a devastating lesson. Being near you means losing control. A cat that feels they have lost control will eventually stop coming to you altogether. The owners whose cats follow them everywhere and sleep next to them every night have one thing in common: they let their cat walk away every single time without a reaction. If you force the connection once too often, your cat may decide that the risk of being near you is no longer worth the reward. The broken sanctuary of sleep. Sleep is another area where trust is built or broken in a single moment. Your cat sleeps between 12 and 16 hours a day, not because they are lazy, but because sleep is a biological necessity for their nervous system and emotional processing. Deep REM sleep is the only time their guard is completely down. When you wake up a sleeping cat just because they look cute, you are interrupting their most vulnerable state. Their heart rate spikes, their claws may come out, and they register a terrifying realization. This spot is not as safe as I thought. If you do this enough, your cat will make a decision that they won't reverse easily. They will start sleeping in harder-to-reach places, under the bed, on top of high shelves, or in rooms you don't frequent. They aren't being antisocial, they're protecting their recovery from the one person who keeps interrupting it. Once a cat decides you are an interrupter of their sanctuary, they rarely choose to sleep in your lap again. The rejected handshake. How do you greet your cat when you walk into a room? Most of us reach down and start petting them immediately. To us, it's love. To a cat, it can be jarring, like a stranger walking up and hugging you with no warning. Cats process the world through scent first. Bonded cats always touch noses before they start grooming each other. It's a feline handshake that says, I know you, you're safe. When you skip this step, you're training your cat to flinch instead of lean in. The sources suggest a simple 2-second habit. Extend one finger first. Hold it a few inches from their nose and let them come to you. When they push their face into your hand, that is your green light. If you consistently pet them without asking, they may stop greeting you at the door entirely, choosing instead to watch you from a distance where you can't reach them. The betrayal of the belly. Perhaps the most misunderstood signal in the entire feline world is the exposed belly. We see a cat roll over and show their stomach, and we think they want a rub. But for a cat, the belly is where their most vital organs are housed. In the wild, they would only expose this area if they felt unconditionally safe or if they were making themselves vulnerable to de-escalate a threat, a white flag of surrender. When your cat shows you their belly after a conflict, they are saying, I am not a threat, please don't be upset with me. If you reach down to rub it in that moment, you are betraying the exact trust they just offered you. To the cat, it feels like you are attacking their most protected area right after they surrendered. This is why they bite or scratch. After a betrayal like that, many cats will stop showing their belly to that owner for a long time, if not forever. The weight of the paw. If your cat ever places a single soft paw on you, you are witnessing one of the most emotionally loaded things they can do. Unlike a dog that might bark for attention, the paw touch is a polite, controlled, and intentional signal. It's a behavior borrowed from their time as kittens, when they would push against their mother for comfort and safety. When an adult cat places their paw on you, they are telling you that you have become their source of safety. But there is a deeper layer. A cat with one paw lifted has cut their escape options in half. They are choosing connection over their own survival instinct. If that reach is met with silence or a lack of understanding, your cat doesn't usually get angry, they simply go quiet. And that silence is often the first sign of a bond that is starting to fade. The danger of the CEO chair. We've all had our seats stolen by our cats the moment we stand up. It's easy to see it as a funny little game, but it's actually a sign of secure attachment. Your cat's sense of smell is 14 times stronger than yours, and your seat is drenched in your scent, the chemical signal that tells their brain they are safe. When your cat sinks into your spot, they are wrapping themselves in your presence. They are merging their scent with yours, which is the highest form of social bonding in a colony. They are saying, this spot is yours, but you are mine. However, if you always shoo them away or pull them back for just one more cuddle, your cat is telling them that their attempt to merge with you is unwelcome. Over time, they will stop seeking out your scent. They will stop seeing you as the leader whose status they want to absorb and start seeing you as a barrier to their comfort. The silent starving of the mind. One of the most tragic things a cat can stop doing is playing. Most owners think their cat is just getting older or becoming lazy, but the sources reveal a darker truth. Many cats sleep all day because they have given up. They're mentally starving. Cats are hardwired predators. Their brain needs to complete the sequence: stalk, chase, pounce, catch, and kill. If you only play with them by waving a toy in the air where they can never catch it, you are frustrating them. You are activating their prey drive but never letting them eat. When a cat stops playing, it's often because they've learned that the hunt in your house is impossible to win. They stop engaging because the dopamine hit of the kill never comes. To fix this, you have to let them win. Let them catch the toy, kick it, and then follow it with a treat to simulate the eat phase. If you don't, you might lose the playful version of your cat forever. The dehydration debt. There is a biological limit to what a cat's body can handle, and this is truly something they cannot do twice.
and that is survive chronic dehydration. Cats are desert animals evolved to get moisture from their prey. They have a naturally low thirst drive. If you only feed them dry kibble, they are living in a state of constant low-level dehydration. This puts massive pressure on their kidneys, leading to kidney disease, the #1 cause of death in older cats. Your cat won't complain. They will suffer in silence until the damage is irreversible. Adding wet food to their diet, even just once a day, is one of the only ways to ensure their kidneys have a fighting chance. Restoring the bond. If you feel like your cat has stopped doing these things, if they no longer blink at you, or they've stopped stealing your seat, or they sleep in the other room, know that trust can be rebuilt, but it takes time and consistency. The sources suggest a few reset buttons you can try tonight. One is the wet toothbrush.
Gently brush their forehead with a damp, soft toothbrush. This mimics a mother cat grooming her kittens and reaches into their earliest memories of safety. Sit on the floor. Lower yourself to their world. Don't reach for them or call their name. Just exist there as an equal presence. Let them choose to be near you on their own terms. The safe zone petting. Stick to the scent gland zones, the cheeks, the base of the ears, and under the chin. These areas release pheromones that tell their brain this person is home. The quiet conversation. Use a soft, high-pitched cat voice. Science shows that cats are highly attuned to this specific vocal identity and associated with safety and connection. Your cat doesn't see you as an owner. They see you as their entire world. They don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be predictable. Every time you respect their no, every time you blink back, and every time you let them catch the toy, you are proving that you are a big cat worth trusting. Don't wait for them to stop reaching out. Start listening to the language they are speaking in the silence. Because once a cat decides you are no longer their safe base, they don't look for a fight. They just look for a way to be alone. If you learned something new about your cat's secret heart today, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat parents who want to understand their furry family members on a deeper level. Until next time, keep watching the small things. Your cat has so much to tell you if you only know how to look.